Hello, wonderful people. This is Milena. And because it's Thanksgiving week, I wanted to take a minute to thank each and every one of you for being here, for watching the videos, for sending me your feedback and questions, for booking sessions, for reaching out, for bringing up interesting topics that we can discuss together, for sharing the videos, for being here. I really appreciate you. I love being connected with you in that way. And as you may have guessed, today we are going to give some attention to gratitude. Because among many other things, gratitude is our most powerful manifestation tool and also the biggest and fastest shortcut to happiness. And I would like to discuss these two separately. When we talk about happiness and how does gratitude give us happiness, you might have heard of these researchers who call themselves the science of happiness. And they did this experiment where they selected a group of people and they tested their level of happiness. And they gave them some tests and some questions, and then they proceeded with the experiment, which was to think of a person who had had a really positive impact on their lives. And it could be anybody. Some people chose their sister, their mother, best friend, somebody even chose their college professor. And they were asked to write a letter expressing their gratitude, why they were thankful, how this person had affected their life positively, and all of that. When they wrote the letter, the next thing that they asked them to do was actually call this person and read them the letter. Some succeeded, others couldn't do it because the person didn't answer their phone or they were no longer there and they had lost touch. But what they did afterwards was study or test the happiness level using a very similar test but different words to gauge the level of happiness of the participants of the study. Every single participant's level of happiness had improved after this exercise. And what they did discover also is that the person whose happiness had improved the most was the least happy person to walk through the door before the experiment. Now, it is very easy because we oftentimes say, I'm not feeling inspired, I'm not feeling happy and all of that. Yes, happiness is part of our building blocks, of our essence. But sometimes because of a lot of things and stories that we stick to and physical conditions and all kinds of other reasons, we don't necessarily tap into it and experience ourselves as happy. And we want to because everybody wants to feel happy. So what we can do is really find reasons to be grateful so that it's easier for us to tap into that happiness. Now, all of us know that. We have, by this day and age, everybody has heard of that. Just be grateful and you're going to be happy. But what I invite you to do is to actually start testing it. And it really does not matter what you are grateful for. It could be anything. It could be something super simple. You might be in quite an unpleasant situation, surrounded by not a very pleasant environment at the time. You can always find something that you are grateful for. Even if it's not in that present moment, you can cultivate that feeling now. And that will immediately propel you to a much better state of being and a sense of happiness. I wanted to test this some time ago when my daughter was fairly young. And one day I decided it wasn't just in the course of one day, it was probably several days, and decided to give her everything that she wanted just to see if her level of happiness and satisfaction would improve. And I was amazed to see that the more she got everything that she wanted, the crankier and more upset she got. That had the opposite effect. Now, this does not mean that we should not give anything to our kids and say no to everything, because that is not going to do it either. But an exercise that I started with her was kind of going over things we appreciated every evening before tucking her in and going to bed. And I said, let's say 3 things that we appreciate about the day. And I would model it and I would go first and I would say 3 things that I appreciated. And she really liked the exercise. She embraced it. And at first she had some hard time thinking of things. And after that, she started increasing the number of things that she wanted to mention. We started with 3, then it was 5. And fairly recently she said, how about we say 15 things that we are grateful for, that we appreciate? And I was amazed. It's like, wow, 15? That trains your brain to start looking for these things, acknowledging them, and experience the happiness and the satisfaction. It's one of the biggest tools that the most successful people use. So what this does, it keeps you in a perpetual state of appreciation, and then all of a sudden things start flowing, everything is easier. Being in a state of gratitude is our most powerful tool of manifestation. If we are in a state of gratitude, whatever we wish for, and we maintain that state of gratitude for an extended period of time, it is so much easier to bring it into our physical reality and experience it. Sometimes it's hard for us to be appreciative or in a state of gratitude for something that hasn't happened yet. You could be grateful for other things and kind of sneak in that idea and that desire of what it is that you want to manifest and hold it in that bubble, in that space, when you experience that state of gratitude. Now, if you use these two tools, two things will happen. You will manifest faster and a lot more easily all of the things that you want to manifest, and you will feel happier. And the last thing that you can do is train yourself to express, but do it with intent. Find 3 people, find something that they have done or that you appreciate, and express it. When we express it, it becomes that much more powerful because we include our physical bodies, the voice, and also we get the response of the person that we had expressed our gratitude to. And that really feeds us even more in terms of having that manifestation power and being much, much happier. Test it, and if you need more help learning how to apply those tools and how to manifest into your lives things that you want to experience, book a session at askmilena.com. Subscribe to my newsletter for some free tools and the ebook 7 Life Hacks to Empower Your Daily Lives. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you can do so below. Click on the bell so that you can get notified of all future videos, and I'll see you next week. Thank you, and bye-bye.